Hey everybody, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube page. Thanks for being here. Remember, hit like and subscribe if you want to have more of these videos. If you're helping them, if they're helping you do your training, remember we have new content here every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can schedule that company drill around it. I'll be here to offer a little new insight each week. Shout out to some new subscribers, JT Aronson and Matt Foster. Thanks for coming on board and being part of the SBSK Facebook group that is also over here on my YouTube channel and the Reading Smoke Nation. Hey, this is a short video. The clip itself is only like 20 seconds long. I talked about it on the Facebook post yesterday. But we'll start with the still photo here today. And one of the things we're looking at this building is obviously multi-family occupancy, right? And more than likely, if this is in your district, you know what's going on in here. You're probably in here on aid runs, medical calls, that sort of stuff. And so you should probably have a pretty good idea what the layout's going to be, right? You know how the apartments are laid out. You probably know where the apartments are in the hallway. And what we're looking here is we're seeing that this is a division, right? So these are mirror image, right and left. And we've got fire obviously working in this apartment, right? So always talk about with reading smoke is read the smoke, read the building, and then figure out what your plan is, what you're going to do about the problem, right? Now, this one's on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is on floor 5, right? So a stretch up there is going to take a while, but we can look at this, and we're going to want to compare what's going on here with what's not going on in sort of these other apartments, right? So the first read over the course of 20 seconds, if you're walking up to this place, you should be able to make this read while you're deploying. And definitely we have fire here. That's telling us everything we need to know right here. Something I didn't point out yesterday is it looks like a little bit of bidirectional flow here, right? It's not coming out all the way to the bottom. It looks like it's a bidirectional flow, which means it's getting air from this doorway, right? It's pulling some air in there, it's pulling some air in here, and that's where it's getting its fuel. Now, there's an over-under on that when we look at this from a fire behavior / reading smoke perspective. Is it's possible that since that's drawn in, it increases the likelihood that the apartment door is closed, right? Now, when we get up there, open the door from the stairway to the hallway, we're going to be able to read the smoke in that hallway and tell instantly if it's thick, nasty, banked down all the way to the floor and there's an air track going in, you know that that apartment door is open. If it's a little more wispy, if you've got pretty good visibility, 10, 15, 20 feet, the apartment door is probably closed, right? So that's how you're going to read smoke once you get up to floor 5. But from outside, we can see that the main area of this apartment is well involved in fire. And this window's gone, so there's pretty good air. It's pretty good air getting in here. That's why it's a little less flow out of here and a little more here, because it's sucking air in here and exhausting out here, right? A little bidirectional flow. So now we're going to be in slow motion. So we're going to see that right away. Now we want to look away from the fire, right? Our eye is automatically drawn to light and motion, which fire definitely has both. But we want to get off of that because we can see what's going on right here very, very quickly. Anything here? No. So the apartment next door should be in good shape. This window's obviously on fire. Good smoke coming out of there. Now this one's a little bit suspect just because it's different than the other ones, right? That tells me it's probably in the fire compartment, or if it's a separate compartment, the door between here and here is closed. Now, if you know the layouts of these places, you'll know whether that's a separate room. And I think it's a good possibility. If I didn't know, I would make the guess that that's a separate room from here. That looks like a pretty, if it's this one and this one, that's a pretty big living room for this size of apartment. That's probably a separate bedroom, and the door to that, based on what I can see in the window and how much different it is from the one above and below, I'd assume that the door is open there. But remember, it's a dead end, right? It's a dead end for the smoke. The smoke's going to get in there. The oxygen level is going to be decreased because this fire is taking all the oxygen. So not survivable space for very long, right? I mean, somebody could definitely be surviving there for a while, and we'd want to get in there and search it. But if we get to the next room, we can see this window's open. right? It's partially open, and there's no smoke coming out of it, right? You can see it's open right here, and there's no smoke coming out. It tells us that the door to this room is closed, right? That one is really very, very survivable space in there. So if I have to prioritize searching, right, if there's a victim in here, let's get back to it. If there's a victim in that room with the window open, really high survivability there. Probably want to hit this one hard, fast. There's someone in there. If we don't get them out, they're going to pass away, right? They can't be breathing that stuff for long. Plus, these rooms are not going to take long to search. With the door closed here, I can hit that one, and what I want to be ready for when I get to that door is to not let the smoke in there, right? So I want to be in position. I want to get that door open, get in there, and get it closed very, very quickly. Now, the question is, you find somebody in here, you're going to have to read the smoke before you come out, or you're going to have to give a high sign to this tower ladder operator to get them out. Certainly, if they're ambulatory, bringing them down the ladder would be a good idea. But if they're passed out cold, you'd have to look. You're not getting in here till the engine's got the line on the fire, right? So by the time you get back here, search these two rooms, odds are this fire's basically gone. And you can probably, if they're passed out or not breathing, you can very quickly probably get them out in here, down the hallway and down the stairs. Probably be faster than the ladder, but that's going to be a call you have to make at the time based on reading the smoke that's in there, based on the condition of your victim, all that kind of stuff, right? But from the reading smoke perspective, boom, we see the fire, we see the bidirectional flow, we see the volume and velocity coming out of this window, we see the color change here, and we see nothing coming out here. Now we know everything that this building can tell us right here about this fire in the course of 5 to 8 seconds that you're walking up to this place. You should be able to see all that stuff, know what it means, because you're practicing reading smoke on a regular basis, right? It's a skill. If you practice it, you get better. You learn what to look for, what not to look for, and we're off to the races. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. I know it's a pretty quick hit today, but 20 seconds of video gives us a lot of information if we know how to read the smoke, read the building, and figure out what we're going to do next. All right, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the Reading Smoke Nation. Hope to see you next week. Remember, every Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, new content here. Use it for your drills, send it to your friends, and have them come here and subscribe. Thanks a lot, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I'm Phil Jose, and I'm out.